It's rare for me to meet a Chinese, Japanese, or Korean guy my age who hasn't been exposed to either the piano or violin. You can see the evidence everywhere, ranging from music festivals locally and internationally, all the way to YouTube. I thought it was all me. I thought I was just making all of this up.
All of my friends that are Asian have played instruments.
At least half Asians, if not more.
Oh, definitely a lot.
No, there have to be exceptions.
Majority are Asian.
At least 30%.
Like 70%.
99% of
I totally agree with that.
So why is this happening? That's what I'm here to find out.
In 1960s, I called this invasion of Japanese in Europe. There were hundreds or thousands coming to Europe to learn about European tradition and art. Maybe because classical music is the base for all kind of old and new musics. So because of this, probably it's treated like a very traditional, deep form of art.
it was like going to school. It was like going to Korean school on the weekends. It was like going to church. It's just something that my parents forced me to do. And I would ask my mother, I would say, Mom, it's summer. I don't want to practice the piano 2 hours today. And she'd get very, very angry. And she would say, what would all the other parents think? What kind of man is going to want to marry you? If you play classical music, that makes you better. And in terms of the Asian idea of saving face and making your family look better, I think a lot of parents use their children and their children's talents and ability to play the piano and the violin to kind of tout to other parents, look at my family, look at what I've been able to accomplish with my children.
You know how to play classical music and do really well academically, eventually you are going to be upper class people than lower class. I think the class thing among Asian cultures more obvious. I had been exposed to classical music when I was young, so I want to give them this opportunity to expose to classical music.
Exposure is everything. If a kid is exposed to it and if they love it, they can continue on their own volition. I don't think it's an ego conflict more than a competitive edge in them. I know that most of these parents are very humble, very nice parents, very nice people, but it's the competitive nature that there are only 2 kids. The kids must excel. And I think that is the wrong premise. I don't think they take it as a form of art, but rather as a form of competition. I say that for many reasons, because in the Western world, especially studying in the Western culture, getting through to a good college is everybody's dream.
Good college equals to better opportunity in their life. That's how Asian parents are thinking.
And of course, sports is one great trump card to get into good colleges. But from the Asian anatomy, they are not made to play American football or baseball.
So for music, you have more chance to win,
Right.
compared with the sports. America, the kids in school, they don't have homework from 1st grade until to 4th. No homework, right? So what they do after school, if you don't do music, you play game, you look in the TV, it's wastes a lot of time. So that's the,
I think too many Asians are playing piano these days, and only because their parents want them to. Shh! My parents beat me if I do not practice.
I like the fact that the music, it's sort of a discipline that they have to practice and they have to be responsible for it. But on the other hand, our rule is always that we will support you, but it's not for you. I mean, not for us, it's for you. So if you don't want to practice, then we're not going to go and pay for the teacher and support you in your endeavor. My husband thinks music is something that can be with you your whole life, but kids are not going to go and practice on their own. He used to sit in every one of Jeremy's lessons, and when Jeremy would practice, he would sit next to him and basically give him guidance.
I really think it's more of an achievement, dedication type of thing than actually you know, classical music being for the purpose of classical music.
As a lot of Chinese people believe that musical learning are very good in intellectual or brain training. So I want my kids to learn something besides the regular school study. So I want them to learn some type of music. And piano, why I choose piano, because I personally like Western music rather than traditional Chinese music. That's why
While making this documentary, I noticed that classical music is an activity that closely resembles Asian Confucius-oriented culture. Just as how Asian parents discipline their children, classical music is methodical and fixed. So, in a broader perspective, we can deduce that Asians are more likely to play classical music because it suits their culture.